Hello, all my Sun, Moon, and Rising Geminis and other placements of Gemini. Welcome to my channel. I haven't done this in a long time, but I wanted to do a monthly reading. I'm reading in April 2023, but if you feel called to look at the video another time, you could definitely do that, and I'm sure it'll give you some useful guidance. So, I have two decks for this video. The first one is the Gil Tarot, and the second one is one of my OG decks that I used when I first started reading on this channel. It's the Healing with the Fairies, and what I like to do is pull out a card from the deck and then read from the booklet for the oracle reading. So I haven't pulled the cards out yet. I'll get started on that. I started filming a couple of other signs before you guys, but for you guys, I'm getting kind of anxiety or nervousness that I wasn't picking up, and there was an extra card that popped out. I haven't turned the cards over yet. I'm getting crisp and new. This feels like a relationship reading. The word that I'm getting right now is love bug. And the extra cards that flew out is the Ace of Swords. As with the Gemini energy, it does seem like there is a lot in your mind. Can be racing thoughts too, because one minute you're thinking of something, the next minute you're thinking about another thing. There are different expressions of the Gemini that I'm sensing, and it does feel great because the expression that you might be exuding or bringing out in yourself, maybe you couldn't bring it out in some people because some people didn't understand the dynamics of the person that you are and how you operate. But with the person that you're talking to, it does seem like it's something that's special because you have the Ace of Cups beauty. There's something really beautiful about the way that this duality works. It's you get me, I get you. I don't have to explain the way that my soul is because you understand it, and sometimes you might have some miscommunication, but overall it seems that there's a sense of acceptance that you feel, and I feel like that's important for a Gemini. It does take time for you guys to really hone in and make decisions on things for at least the people that I've met in my life. But once you make a decision, it's pretty solid. And once you are committed to a task or a person, it's really solidified in that moment, and wanting to do everything and anything to make it as beautiful as it could be. So that's really something that's standing out to me in this reading. The other card that I pulled out as an extra for just for funsies is the Empress card. So grounding your mind And that's something that can be difficult, especially for air signs, because air, if it hits a mountain like the earth signs I kind of envision as mountains. They don't have to move, they can stay in place. They're they're grounded. But when you're with air, air loves flexibility and freeness and to fly and the lightness and um, just the freedom of being in the air. And so when you think of it with the Empress card and air, it might be hard for you to really ground those thoughts and to stabilize the things that you're expressing. So the present card that we have is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man likes to think about things. It likes to see it from different perspectives, as Geminis do. They can see things from a lot of different perspectives to try to get the one perspective or try to solve the thing that they're trying to solve or move forward in order to make the decision. In the past, you have the Queen of Wands. And what's nice about air is that it likes to be with fire. Air and fire go really well together because if you think about it like a tornado, like maybe a tornado of fire, they just elevate each other's energy. And it's important to really pinpoint how to do that. With the Queen of Wands, she's a fireball. She likes what she likes, she does what she does. There's a sense of independence here. And I think that spark is something that you really admire. So, if this is your person, and I'm not gonna say who is who, it could be the other way around, but it does feel like you guys really amp each other up in the best ways, in the most fun ways, and that could be something that is so beautiful about this. But at the same time, again, with air, fire, and then you're putting earth into it to stabilize that connection. It's very important for you to do that to make sure that it doesn't go all over the place or it isn't too much. There is goodness in moderation. The underlying energy for your reading is the Lover's card. This is actually your card too. There's a strong sense of self that comes with this reading, and I love that. A nice duality. And if this isn't another person, it's you really balancing out the dynamics of self and being able to there's being able to focus on things and work through them, go to the next task, work through it, and so on. So, but with this, the imagery here, it does look like someone is trying to get you to be in their world too. But it looks like there may be patience coming from the other person or stillness because you might take a long time to make that decision. Because the card that I pulled out is the Seven of Pentacles. The delay, or the Seven of Discs, is it's a specific system of tarot that I'm using for this reading. So it might be taking a while because you have to water your plants and wait for it to blossom and to see the fruits of your labor come out of it. The other card that I got is the Queen of Pentacles, which is an interesting card for this reading because, again, with Earth can be difficult. But being able to stabilize yourself while being in this connection, it can make the connection even stronger. And that's what I think the Queen of Pentacles is doing. I also feel like it's linked to the Queen of Wands, that whatever she started, there she's finishing, or she has a plan. There isn't a, a loss of direction. There is a sense of direction that I feel like she has. And that could be another thing that is appealing to this dynamic, because it feels like she's leading with feminine energy. And it's good if you have the masculine energy and you're attracted to the opposite. And not to say it as in a gender way, but to say it as a way of the opposites and the bond between opposite polarities that balance each other out. So with the Queen of Wands, it looks like she's more of a she's pretty grounded, too. It looks like the role that she has is more in a leadership position, but she knows how to work with the energy that she has. Being the person that she is, she doesn't have to pretend that she's something else, or to lead with another energy that isn't her. So there's a sense of authenticity here. And the extra card that I pulled when I cut the deck just now is the Seven of Wands. And to work with the struggles and to make with every disadvantage, there is an equal advantage. And so that's how she knows how, in a good way, to play the game. Like, the overall energy is the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card coming out of the Major Arcana. It feels like this is it. For those who are trying to think about the end goal, I feel like this is a really important relationship for you, regardless on what happens. It's going to be a special one. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it feels like it's almost as if the wagon, or because it has a wheel on it, it just stops in its tracks, and then it goes to this person. And it's so dramatic that I'm saying it like this, but it just goes to this person. It's like, I have to stop for this person, because not like hitching or anything, but this is like a special person to me, and I need to do this. I need to know why, and to get the lessons that I have to learn, and for us to reap the rewards for whatever we're working together with. And for those cards, let me just get one more. It's the Two of Pentacles. And I pulled it for the Death and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm also looking at it with the immediate future too. Because with the beauty of the rose, it also has its thorns, as you know. The immediate future is the Queen of Cups. It looks like the anxiety could be that you're trying to stabilize yourself, or you might be holding back some emotion, that you may care a lot for this person, but they might not see this as much as you're thinking it. This could be you trying to really ground it and act like everything's fine, but in your mind you're like, oh my god, I'm really like into this person, but I'm not gonna really say it to them like that because, I don't want to come off too strong. This could be an early stage in the relationship, and maybe it hasn't turned into the relationship as it being official, but it does feel like there is some type of relationship that's occurring here. So it almost feels like in Hey Arnold, where it's Helga, where I'm not saying that you're mean to the person, but when she's super into Arnold, and then she goes into her room, and then she has her shrine, I think it's in the closet, and she just starts like confessing all these emotions about Arnold. That's what it kind of feels like to me with the Queen of Cups. And doesn't have to be as dramatic as that, but it does feel like you're trying to hold back for you might be nervous to say what you really want to say to this person. I feel like it could be because one of the reasons is that it could be early, or maybe this person or you have gone through a lot with another relationship. Could be a number of things. So the Four of Wands with the Queen of Cups, the completion card. So this is something to be celebrated. So in the immediate future, I do feel like there is something to look forward to with the two of you guys. That's where you're headed. The Three of Cups, joy. The Emperor in the major arcana, and then the minor arcana change. The Six of Swords. There is progression, and it is going to be a happy time for the both of you. I think you're really trying to solidify and take control of the situation, and to really put your head up, and not in a bad way, but just say, this is going to be my person. I'm going to do this. We're going to have lots of fun. But this is also a serious thing where we're going to make things happen. And there's all these plans and aspirations that I feel is coming from you. And I have the Priestess here that I pulled out again for these cards too. And the Priestess, I feel like you'll know the right time when it is to do what you're trying to do. It can be a matter of time for you. But the karmic card is the Prince of Cups, or the Knight of Cups in Rider-Waite-Smith. This is Thoth. This does feel like mesmerizing energy, and the Knight, it feels, because with the Knights, they kind of have a bad reputation of they're always on the move because they're growing, they're living their lives, they have to do this and that. They have things that need to be done. They're not kings yet. So they're trying to prove their worth. And with the Prince of Cups, this might be this person that tries to prove their worth, either to you or the other way around. And your card did pop up for the extra cards. That it's the other cards that came out with the Prince, for the Prince of Cups creativity, is the Eight of Swords, conflict. And then your card is the Prince of Action, the Prince of Swords. So you might be nervous, and with the Eight of Swords, it's really internalizing your feelings and your thoughts about the situation. Maybe you don't know how to articulate this at this point because it could be so strong that you something that you've never really felt like with another person, but with this you're like, whoa, this is something different. But for you to come out for your karmic card, it really feels like you're going to go out of your comfort zone to make this happen. With the Prince of Swords, this card or this archetype doesn't play because what it wants, it's going to go for. If you really want this situation, you really want this person, there's nothing really stopping the Prince of Swords. I just turned over the Oracle card. It's really cute, but let me read the other tarot cards. In your environment, it's the Fool card. There's a lightheartedness that comes out of it, and it's like intoxicating. It's like one of those invigorating type of, wow, this is other people could really be receptive to it too, and even the dog is of interest. It's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm in love. I'm like doing all this stuff that I didn't think I was gonna do, but now I'm doing it, and now I feel like a weirdo. just kidding. The extra card is the Ace of Wands. There's like a fiery spirit that's coming from here, and you just wanna. Sometimes you just wanna dance, and you wanna sing and like get all your Gemini out. So. The hopes or fears, you have the Two of Swords. This could be anxiety, where the anxiety is coming from. It says peace, but it's also really working through the internalized thoughts. And the worry could be the Eight of Cups, the instability. What if you go for this and it doesn't go the way that you want it to go? But if you want it so badly, I would really go for it. And as I say that, the anxiety is just coming out on the cards. And one more. So the final card for the extra cards I got is the Four of Cups, to rest, to really calm down, to make sure that you can really think and to do what you want to do in the situation. But the other cards I was getting, like the the Eight of Cups, instability. Going there and not going that direction and not getting what you would hope for in the situation. The Three of Swords, sorrow. Being disappointed if it doesn't happen. But it's the Four of Pentacles, which could also be a closed off 1-2 with order, but it's the Seven of Cups, that the what if, like what if I make this choice. It says imagination on here, sorry, no, it's not clear. What if this happens, but I could just daydream about this all day and think of all the good things that why this situation, this person makes it feel so nice to be in this position. And if it feels like it's a good direction to go towards, I would go for it. And regardless of what happens, I feel that it is worthwhile. The further future that you have is a good card to have. It's the Magician. I feel like you gather up everything that you have in you and you make it work. So the Oracle card that I have is creative expression, and it does feel like you might have to express your feelings in a way that a Gemini would, or in a way that you would, because there are specific ways that I feel that you're trying to do it, and I feel like the other person understands you enough to get the hints on it. So I'm gonna read from the book. It says, Your heart needs an outlet to express powerful emotions. By drawing this card, you're urged to engage in artistic or creative endeavor. The fairies sing, dance, and make beautiful decorations as a way of expressing their heart's joyful energy. You too are urged to create an outlet for creative expression. Anything artistic or creative will make your heart sing with joy, will, and allow you to get in touch with your true inner feelings and divine guidance. Painting, flower arranging, photography, sand or snow sculpting, writing, or composing songs are wonderful examples. Your creative expression doesn't need to be skillful or perfect. In fact, the most therapeutic types of creative activities allow you to paint outside the lines. In other words, don't worry about whether your creative project is perfect or marketable. Let go of all goals and judgments and instead create a childlike exuberance and joy. The affirmation is, I'm a highly creative and artistic person. I allow this side of myself to be expressed. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in another video.